Welcome back to the Steady Show. Thanks for liking and subscribing. Jamaica is in good hands. Big up Nigel Clarke for what he did already. Jamaica is in good hands. You know, I was just thinking about Albin Hill. I would know he's a senator, not an MP. They say an MP is required to become Minister of Finance. Rumor has it that they're looking at Faval, they're looking at Dana. Somebody put up, they're looking at Tufton, and don't underestimate the one Tufton, but we'll talk about that at a later time. But listen to me, Albin Hill is no lightweight. And I was looking at Albin Hill and Mark Golden, I said, listen to me, man. Mark Golden is a glorified corporate opportunist. Albin Hill is a corporate giant. Go on JIS and look at their profiles. The first thing we're going to establish in the argument here is this. While we're not looking at him to become Minister of Finance, the Bible says, in the multitude of counselors, there is safety. So just like I said before the other day, one mark of a leader is who they recruit to be on the team. That includes the people that they have around them, giving them advice. So Albin Hill has been with Andrew since 2016. And just like this thing you're saying, man, when Andrew was returned to office in 2020, he invited Senator Albin Hill to join the cabinet in the ministry which the Prime Minister leads, the Ministry of Economic Growth, the very thing that's pushing Jamaica forward, economic growth and job creation. Key things, Minister Hill had responsibility for water, land, BPOs, the Special Economic Zone Authority of Jamaica, and special projects as decided by the Prime Minister of Jamaica. No local lightweight business. Albin has a Harvard Business School MBA. He spent 21 years as a banker in the Middle East, lived in 9 countries, and did business with 115 countries. International commodity. Big up yourself, Senator Albin Hill. A long time I know this is somebody a boss. Don't forget back in the day, in 19 months, this man helped to improve the stock price of NCB from $5.51 to $31.70. Now, who know which company need to improve them stock price right now? So what is that telling you about the kind of people Andrew has on board? Jamaica is in good hands as it relates to the people, as it relates to the talent pool the Prime Minister has. This is not the same as the PNP. When your data come out and talk about Prime Minister needs to come out and tell us what are the plans, how is it looking now? Is it a matter that the ship is sinking? But we know that this is politics. We saw Cliff Hughes try it with Nigel, and Nigel say, hey, we're not going to respond to them because it's politicking, because this a whole heap of comrades reach out to me and congratulate me. Comrades them! Comrades always up to foolishness. And we expected it because we know that politicians might act like enemies in parliament, but afterwards they do talk. But there is a clear thing that's going on here, so you know. The JLP has a team in place, and that team is responsible for all the success that we're seeing right now. And with Nigel, their IMF, Andrew has such a business head around him. Just like people like Elon Musk and Jeff Bezos and Bill Gates, who never necessarily were college heads or anything like that. They hire brilliant people. That's a mark of a good leader. So nobody feels say Andrew will lose sleep at night and worry about who go replace Nigel. Ain't nothing like that happening right now. Whether it's Faval or anybody he chooses, it will be for good reasons. You have to think about people who can balance the thing, in terms of dealing with the affairs of the country. One of the things that Nigel spoke about is the fact that he has put a lot of processes in place, and once the person who comes after is fiscally responsible enough, they will be good. There is no panicking. We know that the comrades are on social media talking a whole bag of things right now about Nigel leaving. You see the kind of opportunity that Nigel has gotten for himself and his family and to make Jamaica look good. Listen, the true mark of how effective a leader's job is, is what happens when they leave. Me not worry about if I favor, you know, because one thing about women, a lot of women are very good. When you give them a good example, they know how to build on it because women are multipliers. We know that whoever goes there, Andrew's team work as one. It's not the same old division where we see in the PMP every minute the party split in a 2, 3, and 4. It's not the same thing we're dealing with. Jamaica is in good hands. Don't make the comrades fool, you know. Don't make them do whole heap of talking. Not even debate with them on social media. But make sure so when people like me come out here, so we talk the facts, support and share the video. You know what's an argument, you know? Remember, so we granny used to say, you know, if you pick sense out of nonsense, you know. So me pull up Mark Golden profile, yeah. I want to hear me talk about Mark Golden, but no, so don't think me hate him, but I hate Mark Golden, you know. I just know that Mark Golden is not all people are making him out to be. And I've used the facts all the time. I talk about his track record. So I want to watch this as style now. Make we do the analysis. A while ago, we were able to say Auburn Hill was able to improve the stock price in a NCB from $5 had to the $31 had in a 2019 or whatever. That don't matter. What matters is the performance. I have been in production management most of my life. Sales manager, collections manager, production manager, everything. And one thing I can bring to an interview is to say, this is what I've achieved. What we see with Mark Golden now, attorney at law specializing in the areas of corporate finance. That's what would have play out in his FinSac thing. We noticed that in profile, said nothing about the advisor to Omar Davis during FinSac, because everybody knows the FinSac, in the words of Ronnie Tweets, a PNP was the greatest transfer of wealth. Ronnie Tweets, a PNP, said the PNP presided over that. Mark Golden was the advisor to Omar Davies. So Mark Golden is a failure when it comes on to finance. A big failure. All his corporate finance and then we see where him have all heap of experience serving on this board, that board, and a whole lot of things. What we want to know is what you've achieved. Mark is still not able to make a proper budget presentation. You see how brilliant? And by the way, in saying this now, let me say to the people, apologies, I did say Nigel didn't go to Oxford. He went to Oxford, Rhodes Scholar, and everything. Make we just leave it right there, so. But Mark Golden, he's not this kind of guy. Remember, in 1993, he never left law school before very long. On his very profile, it says in 1993, the opportunity arose for him to join 2 Jamaican investment bankers. Just the way that is stated, let me have a question. 2 Jamaican investment bankers to form. And he was saying joining 2 friends, And by the way, remember, so we didn't pull up the thing for sure, say, he was twice enrolled in Campion, but there is no record that he actually attended. And when we say he was twice enrolled, we are talking about, I think there was like a 2-year or even more period. So these are things we figure out and we realize, say, this a man that just come off to trick the people them if they give him the chance to do it. We're seeing his credentials on paper. One thing that we see though, Mark is a man of the law. And just like how you see Mark lie in our face and tell we about the law allows him to have entered parliament because he's a member of the Commonwealth. But the law did state that if you're a member of the Commonwealth, you must live for 1 year, you must live and you must renounce your UK citizenship. He never did any of that. But the voters are under Africa control that. Mark is a glorified opportunist. Where the opportunism come in, the round FinSac, the opportunity to start an investment firm in 1993 when the whole of Jamaica was crashing. Mark, them have been questioned all over the years about their involvement in all these FinSac deals, and so them get for benefit from the whole heap of deals. They melt down in the 90s, when everybody else popped down, they were doing good well through the 90s, And then he came back and he was advisor to FinSac, And FinSac was the worst financial disaster. So Mark Golden is a hyena trying to eat up the carcass that they left during FinSac. And the voters must know this Mark GT. That's why Mark aligns himself with the elements of society that won't question him, that think he has something to offer. In a radiate and with his colonial background. This person is not even viable to become opposition leader, and we've heard all the questionable stories about how he became the leader of the party. So what we are saying is that Andrew has a real giant around him. So we have people who can pick up where Nigel left off. So the opposition can't even look right now. It's just that people like Arbin and Nigel, they do the work. They're not boasters. They are not like Mark, who, because he's not sure himself, him very condescending. Arbin, don't make my money already. And all of them something there. If me never pull up this boy Arbin, I never even done read the man profile. Or they can read the rest of it. But we are telling you, Jamaica is in good hands. We don't know the direction in which the Prime Minister is going to go, but whichever direction he goes into, we trust it's going to be a good one, because we have a Prime Minister that makes good decisions as it relates to recruiting people. It'll come like a Mark, who, when people lose their seat, like a Dayton and Bunting, he find place to put them and put yes man around him for Minister of Finance like Julian. Bro, God put brilliant people around him. So Jamaica is in good hands. So we look forward to what's going to happen. Go into the comments and let me know what you think. This is the Steady saying. Like, share, and subscribe. Steady.